back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side girl. And today we're doing my 2020 reading goals wrap up. Wow, what a year. And what a reading year. I will be doing an entire end of the year reading survey where I talk about a bunch of my favorite things and stuff like that. And I will also be doing my top 10 audio and top 10 physical books, which hopefully will be out tomorrow. But for now, we're going to be talking about the reading goals that I made for this year and just seeing how I did. Obviously, this was an extremely tough year. Pretty much everybody in some form or another. And I will say, with all the extra time that we did have, I didn't use that to read. I really focused on other things like podcasting and gardening and things like that to kind of calm my soul down. I read a ton of books still. This is probably the least amount that I have physically read in 4 or 5 years. I just wasn't doing it before bed or in the morning, and just it was all kind of a crazy blur, but I still had a decent reading year. I have a lot of goals for next year that I'm excited to talk about. But for now, we're going to talk about my goals from 2020. So my first goal was to read 100 books. I have hit this for the last 4 years. I think I've read 111 at this point. We'll see at my end of the year survey. So I hit that goal. This is the least amount that I have read in the past 3 years. A lot of that being due to just not physically reading very much. I think most of these were audiobooks, but still hit that goal. Next reading goal was to reread Harry Potter because I have the illustrated versions and I wanted to kind of start reading those. I did not do that with the kind of year that we had. I just didn't make time. I wish I would have, because I feel like it would have given me some distraction and nostalgia. So this might make it on next year's goal list. The next goal I had was to read 5 classics. I think I read 1 classic. Again, reading just wasn't a major priority for me. I didn't do the greatest with my reading goals, so hopefully that will change next year as well. Next reading goal was to read 5 Newberry Award books because I have this long-standing goal to read all the Newberry Award books. Again, I just put all of my reading goals and goals in general on the back burner and just focused on one thing at a time. Didn't make this, didn't read a single one. But the next one was to read 10 new releases, and I did this, I think, quite easily. I can't say it for sure because Goodreads is down, so I can't pull up what I read, but I am almost certain that I hit this goal because I think I read quite a few new releases. So we'll talk more about this in my end of the year reading wrap up. I feel like this is an easy goal for me to achieve. Next goal was to read 5 big books, books that are over 500 pages, whether it be audio or physically. I don't think I hit this. Again, Goodreads is down, so I can't check for sure, but the only book that I can think of that I read or listened to that was over 500 pages was The Toll by Neil Shusterman. It was the very first book that I finished this year. So didn't hit this goal. Again, tried some different techniques for the year, but that's okay. And then the last 2 were just bookish goals in general. So one of them being to get new bookshelves. As you can see, I didn't do that. However, I have plans to get them hopefully in January. I have the money for them now saved up. I'm very excited, but I need to paint my office, and I think Jeff's gonna put some lights in the ceiling and rewire it, and we're doing a bunch of remodeling next year. So I will have new bookshelves come 2021, so I'm gonna count this as a win for me because I do have the money saved up and everything and the bookshelves picked out. I just don't physically have them yet. And then my last reading goal was kind of just a generic one, was to read more before bed. Like I said earlier, I didn't do this because I was too busy doing other things, distracting myself with TV shows and podcasts and other things, but this one will probably make it on my list for next year's goals. Mainly because reading, even though I'm engaging in something and still taking information, turns off my brain more than anything else. It helps me calm down, especially reading physically and not with a screen. So I do want to implement this in the new year. I'm gonna put my phone in a different room again. We don't have a TV in there anymore. All kinds of fun things. So I only hit 3 out of the 8 goals, but with the year that we've had, I am just super grateful that I got reading in, that I was able to enjoy my bookshelves more than ever with the libraries being closed and all those things. I'm just excited to do my end of the year survey and stats, so let me know if you guys are looking forward to that. And I will do my reading goals for 2021 in just a few days as well. There'll be a lot of videos coming out back to back, so stay tuned for those. Let me know if you did good at all with your reading goals for 2020, and I'll see you guys next time on The Bright Side. Bye!